What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me on the fourth day of my road trip. I woke up at a rest area. If you guys are wondering how I got here to Washington State, basically a little north of Seattle, be sure to go check out my last 3 car camping videos. And that will lead you to where I am right now, which is the parking lot of Walmart. So I just got a few groceries for probably the next 2 days, lunches and dinners. And if you noticed, all the stuff I got I have to cook because I need to start getting back in the routine of cooking things the last few days. If you've been watching, I've been buying a lot of pre-made food, whether it be fast food or just whatever in general. And I haven't been doing any cooking, and I think a big part of these videos that you guys like are the cooking aspects. So tonight I think we're gonna have a nice steak. I'm going to be heading back up in the woods, so hopefully there's no fire issues or anything going on. Today I'm going to head up towards North Cascades National Park and take the Washington Scenic Highway that goes through the park, and probably get out on the eastern side of the park and maybe find a spot to camp in the forest. So we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. If you've noticed the last few videos, I've been kind of in areas where there's been quite a few people. Like last night I was right off the interstate. The night before I was off the interstate at rest areas. So hopefully I can get in the backwoods and maybe be secluded a little bit. So weather's setting up to be for a perfect day, and I'm going to do a little research on what the plan is, and then we're going to get going. Breakfast is a Cliff Bar and a few Oreo cookies. So I'm sure there's going to be a few comments about my diet. There always is. But anyway, I'm just trying to keep my calorie intake up, and what better way to do it than that? So again, thank you guys for joining me, and let's go have ourselves a sweet day. One thing I thought I should point out is the Seattle area, I guess the greater Seattle area, so north, 40 miles. I mean, just the whole area around Seattle, the gas prices are so weird. I mean, literally 5 minutes ago at gas stations, they were like $3.49 a gallon, which is a lot. And then at like 4 minutes down the road, they're $4.09 a gallon. So I don't understand how that works, but if you find cheap gas out here, I would recommend taking it. So yeah, I mean, it's just like one corner will have $4.19, then across the street it'll be $3.50. I mean, it's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. Not a bad view, if I say so myself. Alrighty, so I just got gas in Darlington, Washington, and I'm a full tank. I always try to get a full tank when I'm near a national park, just because most national parks don't have services in terms of gasoline, and if they do, the prices are going to be outrageous. I know Yosemite has it. I know Yellowstone has gas, and some of these big parks. I know Death Valley has it, but the prices, are completely jacked up. Obviously, as they should be, because it's in the middle of nowhere. So, decided to get gas. Should be good for a while now, and terrain's getting to be really pretty out here. And yeah, I think we'll be near the park here in 45 minutes or so, and we'll see what happens. I think most things are closed there, but obviously the park's open and you can drive through, so we'll see what we can get into and see what we got going on. Just entering the park, North Cascades, and smoke's definitely coming up again. It's more prominent as it was yesterday in Mount Rainier. So it's smoky, but we'll see how it goes. Visibility is still okay driving, but when you look up and look at the mountains and the peaks, it's definitely foggy. Nice little trail here. The temperature is perfect. Check this out. Look at that view. A little burning up top. Luckily it didn't come all the way down here. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but the water is like green. It's pretty weird looking. It's beautiful though. There's the other dam. Well, this is the big dam right here. The Gorge High Dam is what it's called. And goes all the way down there. It's pretty unfortunate that it's all smoky, but I guess beggars can't be choosy. At least it's sunny. What a view. Look how green the water is. I'm blown away by that. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it comes through here, but it's green. Well, I think out of any place I've been to on this trip, if not ever, this is probably the most incredible view I've ever seen. The lake, I'm literally been standing here for half an hour looking at the watercolor. It's green. And I know I've said that, but it's unreal. And then you have all these cliffs, and I mean, this place is unbelievable. I'm very fortunate to be here, and it's a little hazy. So, you know, that kind of sucks for taking pictures, but I mean, you really can't complain looking at this. It's unbelievable. It's crazy. Nice little platform I was at over here. So that peak is 7,700 feet, which, I mean, is high, but it really looks a lot higher than that. Pretty cool. I truly could sit here and look at that view all day. I mean, it's breathtaking. As I mentioned, especially on this trip, that's by far the coolest thing I've ever seen. But, I mean, I've been fortunate enough to go to quite a few national parks, and that's probably the coolest view I've ever seen. I mean, the watercolor, the mountains, the peaks. It was, it looked fake. I mean, it looked like a Bob Ross painting. So, really cool, really fortunate to be here. If you guys have the opportunity to come up and come to this location, Cascades, North Cascades National Park, I'd highly recommend it. Alrighty guys, so we are stopped for lunch, pulled off the main road. People have definitely camped here. It's pretty sad because there's trash and tarps and stuff like that everywhere, and I try to take as much as I can, but I mean, there's two massive tarps that people just left here, so that's pretty disappointing. If you go camping, obviously clean up after yourself. But we're gonna do mac and cheese today, and yeah, so it should be good. I'm out of the park now. Great time in there, but now we're in, I think, the Okanagan National Forest, if I'm not mistaken. And I was thinking about camping here But then I saw the place and I was like, yeah, no, we're not going to camp here. So I'm going to get lunch whipped up, and then probably go down the road and see if we can find a place to camp. It's like 12:30 now, so it's fairly early yet, so we got plenty of time. But I don't have any milk, and that's okay though. This should do the trick fine. And first time cooking something on this trip, so I'm looking forward to that. Don't tell me that doesn't look good. No milk, just the cheese. Pulled it off just fine. Cheers. You don't even need milk. And to be honest, I feel like it's cheesier and creamier without it. Won't complain. I used to do this. I ate mac and cheese almost every other night in college, and if it wasn't this, it was Hamburger Helper. And I quickly learned, because I went to school in Nebraska, I guess people in Nebraska put hot dogs in their mac and cheese. Well, I did it, and it's life-changing. So cut up some hot dogs, throw it in your mac and cheese, give it a shot. Obviously, I don't have hot dogs, unfortunately, but if I did, I'd put 2 of those bad boys in here, and it makes it a lot better. Well, I'm going to enjoy this, and then we'll get cleaned up and move on. Alright guys, that hit the spot. It is currently 12:53, so just about 1. The plan is we're going to continue down the road. There's a town called Winthrop, Washington. Probably around 25 miles down the road, and if I find a cool dirt road or something, maybe I'll pull off and see if there's anything there. But if not, we'll probably head to Winthrop, see what the plan is there, and sometime in this video I'm going to explain to you guys why specifically I'm in Washington and why I'm up in this area. There is a reason for it, and there was a reason why I was in California a few months ago. So I will explain that to you here in a few minutes, probably later on today, but in a few minutes for you guys in the video. So great lunch, and I'm glad that I whipped that up, filled me up. Obviously a box of mac and cheese will do that, and a nice little hangout spot here. Again, if I was desperate, I'd camp here. Like if I was coming through last night and needed a spot, this would be great. Look at this rock wall in front of me. I don't know if the camera does it justice. That is huge.
Tear it down the building.
Well, I stopped at an overlook here, so I think there's a little trek up to it, and we'll see what this looks like. Unreal. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I'm speechless. Look at this view. I mean, this does not look real. How is it? Look at that. Look at that. Unbelievable. So this kind of tells the story of how this was formed. Obviously it was by glaciers, but this last one is cool. And if you want to read any of these, just pause it. This last one's cool because it says, if you look across early Winters Valley, you will see a rock outcrop like the one you were standing on. And then these were once joined together. So I would assume they're talking about this. And the fact that those were connected is pretty cool to think about. I'd read this. It's just spectacular. Well, as you can probably hear, I've been on this back road for quite some time, and I've found nothing, which is pretty disappointing. I basically went up this whole entire mountain trying to find a suitable place to camp, and there's been nothing. So I don't know, I might run through a campground and maybe they'll have a spot open or something. It's tough because the problem is most of these mountains up here are so big. There's really no dirt roads that go up and down it. So, you know, it's tough. And then when you find one, I mean, there's been a few people along this road, so, you know, there's been spots taken. It's definitely been frustrating, but hey, they beat me to it, and props to them. Nearing it's 3:15, and I cannot find a place to camp. Everywhere I've gone, like, all the roads just shut down. It just says road closed due to wildfires. So yeah, the struggle is real this afternoon, but I'm still on some dirt roads here, and right now I'm heading back to where I was just at because the place where I was going to go down here was shut down. So I don't know, this is a struggle, and I'm more than happy to go to like a campsite where you have to pay, but there's some that are like $30, and I'm not going to pay $30 for, you know, a spot to park my car. So we'll see what we can find. I'm in Pateros, Washington, and it's almost 5, and I cannot find a place to sleep. So I'm kind of just sitting here frustrated. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. And it's pretty frustrating. I'm like right in the middle of, like, you know, the part in the state where it's almost like desert-like, you know, not many trees, and then you obviously have, you know, trees. So I'm kind of sitting on the middle there, and trying to figure out what the plan is for me, because I'm exhausted, and I don't know where to go. So all right, guys, I'm in Chelan, Lake Chelan. I'm probably pronouncing all these wrong, and I apologize, but it's been a really long, kind of a frustrating afternoon, and pretty fed up, but needless to say, I couldn't find any parking. Now, this is the town that I was going to end up in anyway. I was planning to be here tomorrow, but decided to come a day early. I'm currently at Walmart. Now, I had my fingers crossed that I could camp here, and there's signs everywhere that say no overnight parking. So obviously I'm not going to do that. So I drove into town. This is a pretty touristy town. There's people everywhere. There's a nice, pretty lake right in the middle of it. And there's this random parking lot with like 20 parking spots that says 48-hour parking. You don't have to pay. I'm sure they don't expect people to camp there, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I might be there for 2 nights, so we'll see how it plays out. And again, this is the plan. I was supposed to be here anyway. I was hoping to stay a few hours away and then drive in tomorrow, but it didn't work out that way, and here we are. So I'll explain to you guys why I'm here probably later tonight. I'm at Walmart cooking, and then I'm going to drive back to that parking lot, which is like 10 minutes away, and have to do a little stealth camping. And again, it says it doesn't say anything about overnight parking, but it would be kind of suspicious. So anyway, we're gonna get dinner cooked up here, and then we'll get underway. I'm probably just gonna make the steak so I can get in and out and not have too many dishes to clean up. All right, I got some oil in the pan, and steak's getting ready to be thrown on. I'm just whipping this up together pretty quick, guys. I'm not gonna record much of it, so. All right, guys, the steak is done. Believe me, I hate well done steaks, and this is clearly well done. Definitely a medium rare guy, but it's super hard to pick what you want with this pan, and the heat on the stove is unbelievably hot. And plus, I'm trying to get out of here quick, so this will have to do. Not gonna lie, it's actually still pretty juicy, so I guess that's fine. But yeah, can't complain. I wish it was over a fire, but obviously we're in the midst of a crisis out west here, fires and everything going on. So, and that was another issue, is I'd find a road that looked good, and you'd get to the point where it was just starting to be good, and then the road would be shut down due to fires. So what can you do? And hopefully tonight goes as I'm expecting it to. Tonight's dishes are going to be finished off with a nice baby wipe. Yummy. Doesn't look too bad if I say so myself. So I figured, since I'm at Walmart and it's been kind of a long day, I'm gonna go in and get some ice cream. And then we're gonna head back to my secret spot I found, and I'll show you guys what's up. All right, guys, here's my parking lot. A few cars that showed up while I was out at dinner. But I guess I'll take this corner spot. All right, guys, I ordinarily would not get this, but since I haven't been eating all that much, I figured I'm going to, and I've never had Ben & Jerry's, so we got the Tonight dough, and I'm gonna eat this whole thing, and I probably could eat 4 of them, but this whole pint, which is not a lot, keep in mind, this is not a lot, has 1,200 calories. So keep that in mind. I would not put this a part of your daily diet. But it looks good. Oh my. How is this legal? I don't know how this is legal. That's amazing. So this is the lot I'm in. As you can see, it says 48-hour parking, and probably be here for 48 hours. We'll see what happens. Well, guys, here's the lake. Literally 3 minutes from the car. And I'll probably just hang out here for a few minutes and take a seat, let it get a little darker, then hop back in the car and get ready for bed. Very pretty night. Nice walk along the water here. And the water is so clear. Look at that. I just wish it wasn't smoky, but it's beautiful. And I've got headphones in. I'm listening to a podcast as I walk along here. But, you know, one thing that I'm thinking about as kind of this day's winding down, as frustrating as today was, and I'm sure as frustrating and as annoyed I might have portrayed it to be, I mean, that's just the reality of car camping and, choosing to live in your car part-time. That's what happens. Some days are easier than others. Some days are more enjoyable than others. And today was one of those days where, the first 2 hours, till about 2, it was great. And then it kind of went downhill. Every road I took, everywhere I went, it was a dead end, and that's frustrating. But you know, moments like these kind of put things back together and make me appreciate really having the opportunity to do this. And it's definitely not something I take for granted. You know, these views, the people you meet, the places you go. I mean, this is stuff you see in shows and movies and pictures, and to be here with this behind me, as smoky as it is, I'm very thankful. So as I'm sitting here, I figured, as I mentioned earlier, there's a specific reason why I'm here. And there's a specific reason why I was in California a few months ago and why this channel started. The past 5 months, my dad has been hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, the PCT. For those of you that don't know, the Pacific Crest Trail is one of 3 national scenic trails that we have here in the United States, and it stretches from Mexico to Canada, or Canada to Mexico, depending on which way you go. And it goes through California, Oregon, and Washington. Now, he started the trail in April, and he's going to be finishing here in the next few days. Now, it's always been a dream of mine and his, and this has been planned for a long time, that I would be out here and kind of finish it off with him. So the last 2 days I'm going to be hiking with him, and I'm super excited for that. So the point why I'm here is because they're about probably roughly 40 miles away from where I'm going to be on Friday. Now, I'm taking a boat up to Stehekin, where I'm going to meet them, and I say them because he's hiking with a few people, and I'll stay the night with them there, and then I'll meet them along the way as they get closer to being at the end, and then I'll jump in for the last 2 days. So, and that was why I was in California a few months ago, because I was visiting him and dropping some things off that he needed. So that's the reason why I'm out here, is mainly to see my dad finish that hike and finish it with him. I'm really looking forward to it. And seeing this terrain, seeing the things that he's hiked through along the last, 5 months has been really special. I'm very thankful for that. So I'm not just in random parts of Washington for no reason. I'm here for that, and that's what brought me here. All right, guys, well, I'm going to enjoy my walk here. I'm going to let the sun go down a little bit. As you can see, it's slowly going down, and all the smoke helps. And then we're going to get back up to the car and kind of go into stealth mode. I don't really think I need to do any stealth mode stuff, but probably going to do it anyway just to be safe. And, I don't want to get the old knock, because, like I said, I'm planning on staying there tomorrow as well. So we'll see how tonight goes and, play it by ear. But I'm going to keep walking around for a little bit, and then we're going to head back up to the car. I'll get my teeth brushed, and then probably get settled in for the night. So I don't want to make it, I don't want to make too big of a scene as I set the car up for me to go to sleep and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to keep walking along here, and we'll be back at the car in no time. By the way, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a bunch of these little flies, and they don't really fly around you. There's just a bunch of there's thousands of them that just kind of group together and fly around in random space. All right, guys, I'm in bed, teeth brushed, and I got the front shade up and then the driver's side window shade up, because that's the side that's facing the entrance, and there's about 6 cars in here, including me, so lot's basically empty. I don't think there's anyone else sleeping in their car other than me, so it doesn't say anything that you can't overnight here, but it just seems kind of fishy. So hopefully I don't get up in the middle of the night and get knocked on and have to leave, but I guess we'll find out. So it's like 8:45, and probably gonna call it a night. I'm pretty tired. It's been a long day, but overall, can't complain. So if it goes well tonight, then it's probably going to be home tomorrow. I got a window cracked as well, so we'll see how it goes. All right, well, I'm going to call it the night, guys, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It's currently just about 7. Didn't sleep much last night. Well, I shouldn't say that, but long story short, at around, well, I'm not going to get into too graphic of detail, but when I was falling asleep, my stomach didn't feel that great, and that was at around 9 or something. And then I got up at 2, and I had to go to the bathroom. Now, the problem is the closest bathroom to where I'm at is like a 5-minute walk to a porta potty. So I had to get out of the car and walk to this porta potty, use the restroom, and then walk back. And that was at 2:30 in the morning. And it took a while to get back to sleep. And so, I don't know, pretty frustrating, but it's life on the road. Sometimes bathrooms aren't as convenient, and that was one of those times. Well, it is breakfast time, and same thing as I had yesterday, a Cliff Bar and some Oreos. So obviously living healthy on the road is always a given. I'm kidding. But I'm going to call this video here, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it was... Again, I know these videos have kind of been all over the place, and, you know, it's hard for me to really, know what to expect, because I don't know. You never know when you're living this lifestyle for a certain period of time. So, last night was another tough night, and it is what it is. I'm thankful for another day, but, today I'm probably just going to hang around here, take it easy. So, we'll see how that plays out. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. And if you guys are, kind of behind and confused as to why I got to Central Washington, be sure to go check out my previous car camping videos to find out. All right, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.